Look good, Kiro. Good morning, my brother. Does look good. It does look promising, but still not 100% about SP500. Let's break it down. What do you not? What do you not confident in? What do you? What do you see that? Well, let me start updating this. Hold on. So this is already good. What do you see from here that's not that you don't think is comfortable for you. We'll break it down the same way we broke down gold last week. Got no problem doing that. Right, because simply, right, going from the top to the bottom, right, the number one thing is, again, market maker's pattern, right? Looking into the daily is kind of fucked, right? Because at one point we were in peak high territory, which was up here, to continue that downtrend, right? We continued the downtrend. It gave us the first zone of consolidation, right? And then now all of a sudden, in the last month and a half, 2 months, instead of creating a new high in the consolidation zone, we ended up going back up, and we're right back pretty much in peak high territory, right? So in the daily time frame, it doesn't look good at all, right? We're still we're trapped between the moves that the market wants to make compared to the moves that overall traders want to make. 4562. All right. Well, I'll go over that now, right? Let me break this down first, and then in the 4 hour, it's kind of the same situation, right? In the 4 hour, we break it down to the sections, right? Right. If we're just breaking it down from section trading, meaning what's happening right now, what are the moves, right? In my opinion, how I see it, the uptrend move is already done for now, right? And we're gonna see a little pullback. Why? Because we have push 1, zone of consolidation, push 2, right? The zone of consolidation here was a trap, TFR, right? Trap falls real to the top, right? And then push 3. So push 1, push 2, push 3, right? So that's what I see in the 4 hour. And then if we just zoom in, right, this is where price started slowing. It starts slowing down, right? We just had another BOS, another break of structure, which happened here. After BOS, we're expecting a pullback, right? So that's another reason why I'm like, okay, this could start going down, right? Now if we go to the 30-minute, right, look how much has moved in the last couple weeks, right? Now if we go down to the 30-minute, right, what do I see? All right, the first thing I see is, right, let's look at the previous 3 days, right? We had previous 1, 2 on the third day, which would have been today, right? Counter rise third day, gave us a new high, and then started going down. Not only did it give us a new high, let's break this down little by little, right? So the first day, which was this day, right, which was on Thursday of last, or Friday of last week, right, it gave us a no nap, right? Then this week, Monday, Tuesday, going into today, gave us 3 days of counter rise, right? Not only did it do that, end of the day, it gave us a double top, right? And this is the double top that they gave us. Right? So instead of looking what I had written down here, but I deleted it a few minutes ago. Right? Usually when we have a double top, what are we looking for? We're looking for a break of the neckline. Right? Break of the neckline for it to then retest and continue going down. But in this case, right, that neckline, right? Notice how I have these two red lines here, right? So technically speaking, if we were looking at the quote unquote the neckline, it would be like this. Right? But notice how they created a little zone of consolidation right on the neckline. So instead of looking for a neckline entry, right, I was looking for the break of consolidation, which was, right, the break of the neckline would be down here, which is where that entry is, that second entry, which is the safe entry, right? So we got in. This is what we're looking for. let me, right, we're looking for the break of the neckline, and that's the entry. But instead of getting this entry, we got one a little bit higher, which was just, you know, the break of the day. As soon as we broke over this double top here, right, high, low, higher high, boom, we broke, lower low, lower high, retest, going down. Now, not only was the break of this, but then we also got right after the break of the neckline. So instead of looking for, oh shit, my bad. So to break it down, right, instead of looking for this break, we're looking for this one here, right, and that was the entry. So literally just looking at what's going on following structure, right? If we just compare this entry to yesterday, right, like why didn't we look for an entry yesterday? Let's compare it. Right, yesterday during NYC, let's just look at the same time frame. It's 6 a.m. right? It's 6 a.m. If we notice yesterday, right, what was happening yesterday, we broke the number one thing is we broke above the high of the day, right? That was number one. We broke above the high of the day with this engulfing candle at 4 in the morning, and then from 4 to 8:30 it gave us a pullback. Right now, this pullback, what confused a lot of people trading yesterday was that the pullback broke, quote unquote, broke the low of the day. But again, this isn't a clean break because the break has to be under the zone. It can't be on the zone. This break is still touching the zone, on the zone. It also failed to break the low of the days. The red and the green candle opened in the same exact spot, and it gave us a green engulfing candle. Like, there was just a lot of things here that was like, it doesn't look ready to go down, right? Some people be like, oh, would it had a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low? It's like, yes, it did, right? But if we're looking at structure, we still have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? So then we have higher high, higher low, which was the neckline of the double top, which then didn't turn into it, turned into this consolidation, right? But either way, we have higher high, higher low, lower high, lower low, lower high, right? That was a little confirmation right there, and then boom, now we have this lower low. Now the fact that we broke, and if you look also at, we'll also bring ADR into this, right? Because then you'll be like, oh, but then why are you looking for this, right? So then the number one thing was, did we have a change of character? And we did, which was, again, after we had a higher high, higher low, it turned into a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and it broke structure. In this case, it didn't, right? In this case, it did a little internal change of character, but we're not looking for the internal break. We're looking for the external. That external would have been the break of this low here, right? So now the two reasons why I have like our TP would be down here is for two reasons. Well, there's a lot of reasons, but the main reason is ADR, right? ADR for the day is like 270 or something like that, right on the money. Not only is ADR 270 for the day, but again, we have a candle here with no bottom wick, right? So that's another reason. That's not the biggest reason, but that's one reason. The other reason is that's just where the drive is at. If you notice, the only other place we have a BOS is right now where price is going in the last 6 minutes. If price breaks below here and we get another retest, best believe that's going to be another entry for us, right? All the way down to TP. Also, why is TP there? Because that's the previous external, right? The previous external higher low if we don't include this one, right? This is the previous BOS that we needed to look for. So there's just a lot of things here. Now, you're saying 4562 seems like a good support, which might help it reject. 4562, right? You're not wrong. Right, you have this entire higher high, higher low, higher high, so you're saying that price is just gonna make another higher low here, right? Would be, again, would be ideal, but if we're looking at the entire structure, right? Let's just so you can break it down here. Let me actually, I fucked up, because we're looking at the bodies, right? So we have a high, we have a low, we have a higher high, higher low, right? Higher high, because again, we're looking at the body of the candles, not the wicks, just the body. Higher high, higher low, lower high, boom, lower low, lower high, boom, to where we're at now, lower low. Right? So what are we looking for now? Lower low, lower high, lower low. If price ends up closing below here in the next 4.5 minutes, we'll be looking for another retest for it to then continue to go down. Now, where would I be expecting that pullback? Right, this one gets a little bit more difficult, right? Because we had this break gave us this low and this high, this break gave us this low and this high up here. So we don't have, you know, we wouldn't have an entry for a Fibonacci for a 50% retracement fib, right? So what's our next thing? Our next object to look for is like, okay, if we get a break, right, we do have a top wick, we have all these top wicks, we're fine, right? We'll have to see for that next candle, right? Once that next candle comes up, I want to see whether or not it gives us a top wick or a bottom wick. We just gotta wait for the next candle to come up for us to really know what we're looking for our next entry. But it'll be the same situation. We'll be looking for a BOS. After the BOS, I want to see a pullback. If we get a nice pullback, which I'll be expecting somewhere around here, right, then we could get another entry down here, no doubt. Pullback would be useful, yeah. Like in this case, we didn't really get a pullback, right? For this entry down here, we didn't really get a pullback. All we got was a little break, right? Once we got that break, I saw that this candle didn't have a bottom wick at one point, right? The red candle that's on right now didn't have a bottom wick. So all I waited for was, okay, it created that top wick, that push up to the top, created a bottom wick. Once it created that bottom wick and it went up a little bit more into the zone, I was like, alright, cool, that's the entry, and we'll have our stop loss at the high of the previous candle for it to then continue to go down, and that's exactly what happened. So it'll be the exact same thing with this one. Right, this one, the one at the bottom wouldn't be the best entry because we're already at the bottom of the range, right? But we'll catch a few pips down here. We're still catching 70 pips, so it's not bad. So now we got a minute and a half where you just want to see that price break below. We have 3 seconds here. Looks like we're not going to close below here. Right? We're still messing around in this zone now, so Let's see where this next candle opens. It could be like a little glitch on TradingView. Alright, nope. We opened above, green candle, no bottom wick. We could be expecting a little, it might give us a little pullback here. Alright, 6:30. We have an hour until we have an hour till the little push that comes in at 7:30. Right, at this point we just gotta be patient. At this point we already have one entry. Right, we have our stops at break even already. Right, so I'm not. You know what I'm saying? We're already good. Our first entry is chilling. Honestly, I could take profit here and I'll still be okay. Wouldn't be too crazy. Right, and then we'll just focus on the next entry at this point. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna secure profits. I'm gonna secure our profits and then we'll look for another entry at the break. As far as every other pair, there's really nothing else to trade. Again, same situation, same thing we were talking about yesterday. Everything kind of already moved overnight. You know, USD CAD moved overnight. GJ was one that we were looking at that moved overnight. We were looking for this drop. Now this looked very nice. I was awake last night. Again, why didn't enter this trade? No top wick on this red candle. But the moves were beautiful. I mean, like this is picture perfect. Broke, retested, right? Not only did it retest the zone, it retested exactly on the EMA that we needed to bounce off on for it to then continue to go down. This was a very, very, very beautiful entry last night. But again, didn't take it because we have no top wick here on this candle. So it wasn't an opportunity for me that I wanted to really. I didn't want to, you know, be like, oh, I'm gonna miss out. No, I'm chilling. USD CAD, right? We already said that. Yeah, moved. Euro USD on the same boat, moved at the same time. Same thing. It broke, retested, continued to go up. Right. What we were looking for here on this day is exactly what it did here. That was pretty much it. AU also moved. There was AU news last night. I caught this, but the time that I entered, the spreads were already kind of crazy before that 9:30 news, and it fucked up the entry. So I didn't even get like a big profit. Literally got like fucking 45 bucks or something. It was like 9:28. I waited for, you know, obviously we waited for the break of the low. It broke, gave us a little retest, but by the time I was gonna enter, the spreads were crazy. I don't know. That was the first time I've seen that. So when I entered, instead of my entry being literally right here on this candle, it was like down here somewhere. And then, you know what STP was, it was 40 something, 43. So, you know, I was only able to, I didn't catch the whole move. I only caught STP. I don't really fuck with the news, you know that. So my entry should have been here somewhere, and it ended up being like down here. So it was almost half of that. So I only got like, yeah, it was like 18, 20 pips. So kind of sucks, but it's all good. So, but yeah, so we knew this was the moves that we were looking for as well yesterday. So that was a good catch from last night. So then, you know, what's left for today is just the USD pairs. Volume doesn't look wild. It shouldn't be wild today. Remember, we have news later on today, 2 p.m. Right? Remember, we were talking about this yesterday. That I'm not really expecting crazy, you know, I'm not expecting crazy moves today until 2 p.m. Right? 7:30 could come in, 9:30 could come in, and we'll see the, you know, the normal moves. Right? It'll probably do the normal moves for the day. But another reason why I just ended up cashing out now and not waiting is because of that. I already know that when it comes to the news and when it comes to days like today, that they could fake me out. Oh, not for today. I'm talking about your trade for, yesterday. Gotcha. But it, you know, same rules apply. Right. Today's volume isn't gonna be that much just because of that. But last night's trade, yeah, last night's trade was um AU. So a lot of these pairs are kind of done for the day already. So we keep eyeballing S&P. So this was trade number 1 for the day. So our next one is gonna be the break of this low down here. Am I expecting it? Not really. I'm gonna be honest. Like today might be one of those days where at this point, you know, again we have another no bottom white green candle here. And this situation, if you notice it, is the same as yesterday's. Right? It's a green candle, red candle closed in the same spot. Red candle had the bottom wick, green candle doesn't have a bottom wick. Usually, whenever there's an accelerated green candle like this, right, depends where it finishes. Usually that means that we're gonna get a reversal. So, again, just put yourself in a mindset of a market maker, right? Today's news day, you know everybody's looking at this pair. You know everybody's looking at US 30. You know, this US 30 and NAS are the ones that everybody's looking at. So if you're the market maker and you want to, you know, your job is to make money and make traders lose, just think about the mindset. Think about the psychology that they're throwing at us right now. Right? We have previous days of rises, higher highs, higher lows. And then all of a sudden it gives us a double top. Boom, double top gives us a pretty ugly one, right? But it gave us one. We just broke the neckline and we failed to break the lows, right? We failed to break previous lows for another BOS, right? At this point, market makers like, okay, we do this, we do that, we'll make it seem like we're doing the same thing from yesterday. We have a higher low, and we're gonna end up continuing this to go up to trap traders, right? But I still think at this point, right, to what you were saying earlier with this zone here, I think at this point we're playing within this zone here. So I think right now they're using these zones as a little just confusion, right? To confuse us and make us believe that this is a higher low to continue going up, but realistically speaking, we're just going back up to catch this retest up here to continue to go down. That's what it looks like to me. Because even in the 1 hour, right, you have your higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, boom, lower low broke. Failed to break these lows down here in the 1 hour, but it did give us this lower low. So all we'll need is this in the next. We'll see this 7:30. We'll keep an eye on it again. We'll come back to this at 7:30. Is there no bottom wick for that candle? No. This candle right here has no bottom wick. Either this one here. But that's good though, because if we look at what happened earlier, well no, earlier was no bottom wick, but it closed below. This one didn't. But it could be the same, same situation. Here it could be no bottom wick now at the top, but it could use, the end of these 17 minutes. So probably in the last 2 to 3 minutes, we'll see this price come down, right, and then close here. Now, if it comes down and closes below, and it gives us a little pullback, our stop loss would be up here, right? We could look for that entry if it breaks below, right? If it closes below and it gives us a pullback, and that next candle has a bottom wick and a top wick, and with that pullback, we could use our stop loss up here. It does look good for bearish, yeah. I'm telling you, this is definitely look good for bearish. Now the only thing in my mind now is just that news at 2 p.m. Literally, that's all it is. And it wouldn't be a big deal, but the fact that we do have news at 2 p.m. We understand that volume is going to be a big thing today, right? We understand volume is going to be a big thing at 2 p.m. Now, whether or not, TP for the day, which would be again our ADR, which is 2270, right? If it goes down here, that's the question, right? So that's why I cashed out early, right? I cashed out early for 2 reasons. The number one reason being, again, we didn't close below the zone, so I'm not gonna be in profit. Let's just do the amount, right? Well, how I was in, it was what, right? 50 pips, right? I'm not gonna be in profit 50 pips for me to just lose that all and only be able to take profit for 20. So I rather secure what I know I secured, which was the 50 pips, right? And then if we end up getting another entry at the break, we could catch this entry here and then secure another 70 pips, right? So I'm chilling, right? But the psychology behind that was, again, we have news at 2 p.m., right? We failed to break this low. It's already 7 o'clock, right? We still have an hour and a half, or 2 hours, sorry, 9:30, right? We have 2 hours and a half for that NYC open, and we'll have some type of volume, right? But right now there's no clear direction at this moment, right? At this moment, the move was this, right? At this moment, we were looking at this break and this move, right? So now we have to wait for the other one. Now we have to wait for this break and this move. So until we don't get this, there's no other entry, right? This could simply just do exactly what you said, right? Which was a good eye that you had, right? But when we're trading in sections, this is what we're looking for, right? We have this clean traffic down here after the break, right? So exactly what we did today was like, okay, we have this zone here, right? I'll mark it so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. We know we have this zone up here that could be used as a support for price to do what it looks like it's doing now, which is come here and then go up, right? So that's what we're trying to avoid, right? So the fact that we know and we acknowledge that that could happen, what's our next deal? Okay, cool. We secured this drop here, right? Our next objective is, are we gonna continue to go up, or are we gonna go down from this zone here, right? Once we could confirm, okay, we have a break and a retest, and we could confirm that price gave us clean direction, like clean entries and everything, then we know, okay, the second move is gonna be here, and that could happen between NYC and 2 p.m. Right? But again, does the fact that we have news coming in, what I was telling you yesterday is, with news, I don't trust news. It could make price go wherever. It doesn't have to follow the structure. It could do whatever it wants. It could do whatever it wants. So I'm playing the safe game. I just like how calm S&P 500 is compared to gold. Yeah, I mean gold is a very, it moves really fast. So yeah, it's gonna look it's gonna look a little bit better. Definitely a lot more calmer. No doubt about that. But they're both traded the same way, man. All the pairs are traded the same way. Because if we're looking at gold, like just look at gold, right? We had the low of the end of the day of Asia, right? We failed to break below the lows. We ended up creating a neckline here, a double bottom, and it broke above the neckline with this engulfing candle, right? The thing with gold is that these entries are super precise because you only had this much amount. Like if you would have got in on this little pullback here, you would have been really good to just be straight into profit. Straight into profit. And that would have been the trade of the day. But again, you know me, I'm not trading counter. I'm not trading going long with gold. So this isn't what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for is these drops to the bottom. Right, but again, clean traffic to the top. Clean traffic until we get here. So here's where price is going to decide, alright, we're going to continue to go up, which again it can because we have this candle up here with no top wick. Right, and we understand where we're at in gold as well. We're still in that peak high territory. So I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna move forward with trading gold until it gives me the confirmation the same way it gave us a confirmation the end of last week going into this week. Right, it gave us a confirmation like, hey, we're gonna go down. Why? Because we had a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, boom, lower high, retest, lower low, lower high, boom, retest, lower low. Now okay, yesterday, right, it gave us a triple top and then went down, boom. Right, but then here, instead of giving a lower low, it gave us a higher low, lower high, higher low, because the wick doesn't count. It's the closure of the body. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. It's just about following the structure, right? Same with US 30. Right? US 30 looks a little bit better than S&P in the sense of this looks like a shoulder head shoulder. We broke below the shoulder line and we're going to continue to go down. Right? But it looks worse because the neckline of the double top is up here and we never really got that retest. So for me, right, if we compare US 30 to S&P, if we notice it, where's the retest gonna be? Retest is gonna be somewhere here in the 30-minute. And look how it's rejecting these highs right now. Rejecting the lows, going, looks like it's gonna continue to go up. Right? It looks like it's doing something where price is just gonna retest this zone here for it to then continue to go up. Right? This is what US 30 looks like. So that's a good thing about having different pairs and you know the correlations. Like S&P might look better than US 30, but overall I understand that US 30 is the one that's going to drive the other indexes. So they're not going to match up picture perfect at different times, like for example like today, but it moves the exact same way. And then if we go and compare NOS, right, they all look different. S&P, US 30 and NAS look all different today. US 30 looks like it has a shoulder head shoulder, right? S&P looks like it has a double top and a break of the neckline. So does NAS. But if you notice what's different, we have higher high, higher low, right? If we want to say this is a higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, we can, but I don't want to. I don't like how this looks. I'll say we're in higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high. And the break that we're looking for NAS would be down here. So again, technically speaking, we're still in an uptrend. So we just gotta wait for the confirmations. Right, NAS looks a little bit better. I mean, it looks a little bit similar to the S&P, a little bit, but it still has its differences. Right, but it's still the same break of this low. The only difference is where the neckline is compared to the zone of consolidation that we had. Where S&P looks picture perfect for it to go down until it gets to the zone. So So we'll just keep an eye on S&P. We have 8 minutes left for that next 30-minute candle. Remember what I said, the last 3 to 5 minutes is where we'll start seeing if price wants to go down and create those wicks or not for that candle. So we're getting close to that point. Three and a half minutes. We still haven't created that bottom wick. We still haven't gotten below the zone. Oh, I gotta charge my phone. I'm at fucking 2%. Somebody took my charges, so now my phone is. Oh, this isn't even for my phone. The fuck? What is this for? Oh no. I'll be right back, guys. I don't have a charger. Alright, I'm back. So notice how the last couple minutes, right? You saw how price gave us an accelerated push to the bottom, right? But now we have this next candle, right? Never closed below. Still didn't give us that bottom wick. So still gotta wait. Still gotta wait. I'm gonna be in Discord too, so if you hear me talking, I'm just talking to the people in this Discord. Oh, I have hiccups. It's not good. The 1 hour makes so much more sense. The problem with the 1 hour is, obviously the structure will look a lot better, right? You'll see the neckline, everything looks a lot better in the 1 hour. The difference is that you'll get trapped in the 1 hour the same way you get trapped in the 15 minute, the same way you get trapped in the 5 minute, the same way you get trapped in the 1 minute, right? So that's the problem using this. Now it's good to look at when you're looking at or like structure if you can't see it in a lower time frame. But again, structure in a higher time frame, when you're not in the right time frame, sometimes you could get confused. So you always need to make sure that you're looking at the right time frame, right? Because if you're looking at the 1 hour, right, the one entry would be this one, which was the one that we got in the 30 minute, right? But now for the one that we're looking for now, which is the break below here, the only difference on this one is obviously that last candle wasn't here because it's the 1 hour. It doesn't have that bottom wick. So we have 26 minutes now. We have a red candle, gave us that bottom wick for that candle that just opened, but we're still looking for the bottom wick for this candle, and we're still looking for a break below. So we still have a little bit more to go. There you go. Gave us a bottom wick, so now we're just looking for the break, the BOS. So now we got 26 minutes left for that. Alright, give me a few minutes. Let me get some water, clean my face. Still got 30 minutes left, so gonna wait it out. I'll be right back. Gonna cook something back in a while. Alright, bet. Yo, it's good. It's getting the mail. The mappers got in already. They got them delivered. Hold on, I don't hear you. I'm opening the table real quick. Yep. Yeah. Well, I got it last night. Yeah. It got in like at 7 p.m. last night, but I was already asleep. Yeah, I had a fucking raging headache all day yesterday. Literally from like.
No, I mean also the mail too. Like,
Oh yeah, I got the mail yesterday. Like it said like 7 p.m. So this is what I'm gonna be doing today. As soon as I'm done looking at the charts, I'm gonna open up the controller and see what's up. Should be able to fix it today.
maybe.
Nah, there's no maybe. Fuck that. Should be able to fix it today. Nah. We know. I do. Nah, I know. Trust me. What's wrong with this cinch?
Hopefully nothing bad happens with it.
Nah, I know. Trust me.
That's what it definitely is.
Fuck.
Our kid's last word. Trust me, bro.
Nah, trust me.
0-2.
I'm already 0-2. I can't go 0-3. Nah. Never did that before. Fake news. What? That game sucks. 20, today's a 26, 26, 27, 28. I never had teammates like that, unfortunately. I don't think I ever had a team in COD where I was like super confident in.
We had the sauce for them one day.
Who? When? You're talking about for AFD? I don't know, we didn't. We were praying we were praying to God the entire day that these guys wouldn't shit the bed. Yeah, dude, like I don't know what you're saying. Like we just had to get through the fucking tournament is what we had to do. We fucking luckily did, but can't say I was confident. Like I've never been to Atlanta. I'm like, yeah, we're winning this. So it was like, oh well, we'll win if we fucking get our kills. So I want to get this controller fixed. I want to start playing video games again. I want to start playing COD. Just free cash. Just free cash. Wagers S&D. And wagers S&D. Money. They're playing eights. Yeah, well. And fucking. I mean, you're getting frauded in every game, bro. This doesn't even matter. No, neither did I. You didn't hear about what our city started doing now in Cold War 8s? He scammed some kid for like 150 bucks. That's why that motherfucker got blocked. Costing me in the CDL. He's now fucking scamming kids when he's on a pro team. Yeah, no wonder he's been blocked for fucking like 5 months already. That fat fuck costing my money in whatever game picks. Whatever website we were using. I used to fuck with him. I don't fuck with him no more. That dog shit AR. He's blacklisted from betting on. He's blacklisted. He's done for. He's not on my list for anything. For AIDS. Fuck that guy. Shit's crazy. I saw that tweet. I said like maybe this happened like a week or two ago. I think it happened. I saw the tweet and I'm like, yeah, looks like something he'd do. I'll definitely be playing Halo. There's no doubt. I'm gonna be playing all that shit. I need to get back into it. What is this for? Alright, so this is for the PS5. This is for the PS5 too, I believe. Yeah, it's just I just want to get back into the games. I don't know. Just in case for next season, I want to be able to shoot straight. So I just gotta make sure I could at least shoot straight. So that's the only reason why I want to play.
Like we were talking about, like the kind of camp stuff. That was just going somewhere to like speak with somebody. Imagine when it's like people. Fucking hell, kid.
Welcome back, Kiro. Um, so remember what I was saying about US 30 and S&P and NOS, how they don't look identical, but they look similar. So if you notice now, right, if we break down, remember what I was saying about US 30 has a shoulder, head, shoulder, right, and we're looking for the break of this low. But I wanted to look for the break of the low of the shoulder, right, and we did technically get that break. Now, not only did we get that break, but we also have a BOS, a 15-minute BOS, a 15-minute change of character, right? Which is a 30-minute. I just have it as a 15, but it's a 30-minute change of character, right? So what is this? Sorry, this is wrong. So what is this telling me? No, what the fuck? What did I use to change? It was not this. It was style. I don't know. We'll change it to red. Whatever. Oh no, I'm bugging. Change of character. Change this to red. Okay. So not only did we get a change of character, right, that 15-minute, 30-minute change of character, but now I'm also looking for that 0.5 retracement. So as you can see, we're not there yet. We missed it. Now does it have to pull up to 0.5? Not necessarily. If we look at what's going on, right, we had at one point we had a top wick, a candle with no top wick here, and a candle with no top wick here. So technically speaking, all I'm looking for is for price to come up here to give us this wick, and that's exactly what happened, as you can see. So right now, this would be pretty good to look at to keep an entry for. Alright, let's see. You said, wow, what is gold doing? Let's see. What do you mean? It's just following structure at this point. It's doing what it needs to do, right? If we break it down, like look, we have this break, gave us this low, gave us this high, right? So it gave us this low, gave us this high, gave us this low. This low broke here, gave us this high here, right? Then this high gave us a change of character, which was the start of the uptrend. I was looking at the 1 hour, so it got me. I'm telling you, man. Telling you. You don't want to keep looking at that 1 hour when it comes to structure when you're looking at price action. That 1 hour is going to trap you. Right, so then we have this break above here. So our trading zone is between, we don't have a high yet, right? We just have a low. We need to see a pullback to see that high. Right now we haven't gotten really a pullback. So we're still in an uptrend. We're still in an uptrend. Remember what I was telling you, yo. We're looking for this break over here. We're looking for this break. Notice how, is it really a break or is it testing? It's just testing. If we zoom in and you look at it, right? Look at it. It's closing right on the line. Both of the candles close right on the line. They close right next to each other, right? This could be a reversal for it to go down. This could be a reversal now. We could see a pullback. We could possibly see a pullback down to this zone somewhere here. Somewhere in between this zone, we'll probably see a pullback. Right? And then if you look at it in the 1 hour, it's kind of the same thing. Right? In the 1 hour, what are we looking for? We're looking for, there's two zones here. We're looking for a break here, which we got. Right? And then I'm pretty sure, go down to a 30, that's the pullback zone that I'm looking for. Somewhere around here. So we could expect price to push down, give us a little pullback for it to then continue to go up. The wicks on 1 hour is crazy, yeah. That's why. You're looking at gold. You're looking at a pair that moves really fast with a lot of volume. You don't want to look at that in the 1 hour, right? When you're looking at the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the daily, when it comes to a pair that has really big moves and a lot of volume, it's good to look at it in a higher time frame so you can see exactly where you're at. But when it comes to entries, when you're looking for break of structures, when you're looking for anything like that, it has to happen in the 30-minute. Has to happen in the 30-minute. 30 minutes is where all the moves and all the entries should be at. Because even in the 15, like imagine if you're looking at this in the 15, you think that this broke. You have a better chance of getting trapped in the 15, right? Because then you start thinking like, okay, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? This little move down here would be the entry to go high, right? Because it'd be a retest of the zone, but it's not. It's just testing. 'Alright, so going back to US 30, right? Oh no, we need that one. The fact that we covered up this wick here, we covered up this wick here, and we have these two wicks down here, and then obviously the ones down here. I could be expecting price to go down. Right? The fact that we also had a 30-minute change of character, and now we have this little pullback, would be ideal to get that 30-minute pullback on the 0.5 fib, but I have awful experience with the 15. I'm telling you, bro. 15 is not where you want to start taking entries either. It's the 30. If you notice, I don't really look at the 15. I don't. Like, I'll go to the 15, for example, like just how I showed you here on S&P, right? Like for the people who can't see candlesticks and they need to see them a lot more clear, right? You can go down to the 15-minute and you see structure a little bit better in the 15. But just because you see structure in the time frame doesn't mean that that's where you're looking for the breaks. Right, you still have to be like, okay, we see a double top in the 15, that's clear, right? But in the 30 is not as clear as it is in the 15. But regardless, I'm not gonna be marking my BOSs in the 15-minute time frame, right? I'm going back to the 30 and I'm marking them in the 30-minute time frame. Now, regardless, right now, right, it looks similar, but in other cases, you could be trapped if you're trying to mark your BOSs in anything below the 30-minute. Or even if you do it in the 1 hour and the 4 hour time frame, because you're looking for different things. Like for example, if you go down to the 15-minute and we start looking at, okay, you know, what candles don't have top wicks and bottom wicks. If you notice, this candle in the 15 has a bottom wick, but in the 15 it doesn't, right? So I can't be like, oh, this one doesn't have a bottom wick in the 15 and start marking the 15, and then if I go down to the 5-minute, you know, and we start looking at the ones that don't have top wicks or bottom wicks, it'll be a lot more. Right, because the time frame you're supposed to be looking at that in is a 30-minute, and that's it. You can't look at it in the You can't look at it in the 1 hour. You can't look at it in the 15, the 5, or the 1. It has to be the 30. Right, 15 minutes more for those pairs that don't move that much. Right, 15-minute time frame is used for pairs that move 50, 40, 30 pips a day. Right, those pairs who move slow that you have to go to the 15-minute to look for an entry. But when you're looking at pairs like S&P, US 30, gold, GJ, NAS, even NZD, USD, like the pairs that have more than 90, 100 pips, for ADR, and the ones that move a lot in a day with each candlestick, those you have to look at it in the 30-minute time frame. If you start looking at those in the lower time frame, you're done. You're gonna get trapped every single time you take an entry. I'll be right back. Give me a minute. Alright, I'm back. I just smashed my head with the door. That's not okay. It's crazy. I'm here. I'm just talking to the stream. Yep. But So yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, bro. If you focus, like literally just focus on the 30-minute, right? Like let's say I'm breaking down gold, right? I'm not gonna go into super detail going into the daily 4 hour, like, cause I don't want to confuse you, right? Just focus on the main thing is this, right? If you can't see structure, and this is something that I learned early on in my trading, so I'm glad I was able to do that and I was able to learn it this way because it avoids any other confusion that you have, right? So the main thing is this. The main thing is that if you don't see structure in if you can't see structure, right, in the 30-minute, 4 hour daily time frame, it's going to be very, very difficult to look at structure in a lower time frame, right? Because if you can't see structure when it's just super simple, when it's just high, low, right? Shit. When it's just high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, and you're not looking at the inside, all the other candlesticks that are inside that one structure in a higher time frame, it's gonna be very difficult. Which is why, like, again, if you go to the breakdown that I had for S&P and US 30, even though it doesn't look good, it doesn't look crystal clear in a lower time frame, which is a 30, right? And I could even show you in the 15 and the 5 how good it looks. But if you can't see it in a higher time frame, you won't be able to see it in lower time frames, right? So again, like for the people, you look at this chart, right? You look at this chart, right? What again? What you're taught Forex one-on-one, right? What you're taught is in a uptrend, you see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, right? In an uptrend, you'll have a double bottom, right? And then for a downtrend, you have lower lows and lower highs, and you also have a double top, right? That's downtrend, uptrend. Now, if I were to tell you mark all of this in here, would you be able to do that? Would you be able to mark the double tops? Would you be able to mark the necklines, right? Because again, what the necklines are is that's the neckline of the double bottom, right? This is the neckline of the double top. Would you be able to mark that in here, right? And if we just look at what's happening today, right? If we look at what's happening today, this double top, this structure here happened here, right? We have a high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, boom, break, retest, continue going down, right? This is what we have today here. Now it doesn't look as crystal clear as this, but if we go down to the 15-minute time frame, now this is where it starts looking a little bit better. All right, let's move this up here so you can see. Right, this is where it starts looking a little bit better, right? We have the double top, we can see the neckline a little bit better, the retest to continue going down, right? So it's just, again, I don't want to say it's easy, I don't want to say it's simple, because it's not, right? Because as humans, right, when we learn something and somebody tells us like, you're looking for this, right? If somebody goes and tells me I'm looking for this, I'm gonna start doing shit like this. Like, is this what I'm looking for? Is this what I'm looking at? Right? And if I don't have the chart vision, right? If I don't have the experience, the knowledge of the fact that it doesn't have to look that crystal clear, it could be a variation. It could look something like this. There's different ways it could look. As a beginner trader, I'm not gonna know that. So not only are you gonna miss out on a lot of trades, but then you're also gonna get trapped. Right? You might be like, oh yeah, this is what I'm looking at, but realistically speaking, it's not really what you're looking at. So you always need to make sure that when you're looking at entries, stay to the 30-minute time frame. Once you start going down to the lower time frames, you start taking trades in the 15, you start taking trades in the 4 hour, that's when you're gonna start losing trades. Because again, even now, like looking for a trade in gold, like what's the opportunity to enter here? We don't have any until either we break below the lows or we break above this high here, right? Again, regardless, we already did STP for the day. We did ADR for the day already. We did 1200, 120 pips on gold. When the daily usual is 180 to 200, right? Yesterday we did 136. Yesterday we did 136. The day before we did 140. The day before we did 170, right? We're not even taking into consideration the days with the news, right? And if we go into Thursday, which was a news day, right, we did 200. Right, if we go to Wednesday last week on a regular trading day, when there was no news, it was just a regular trading day, right? 112 pips. So notice nothing has been going above 200 unless it's a news day, and we know today's a news day, but news isn't until 2 p.m. So we're from 110 to 150 pips per day. This already did 120. Like, I'm not expecting this to move anymore until that USD news at 2 p.m. Like, that's just how it is, right? ZAR, for example, ZAR's ADR is like 21, right? If we look at today, it already did 22. I'm not expecting this to move anymore. But again, I understand there's news at 2 p.m. So what are the key levels that I'm looking for? Now I'm looking for the break of yesterday's high, right? Which would be here. If we break above this high here, we know we're going to continue to go up, right? And then we also have this little zone here that we're currently on, right? That we technically already broke above, right? Technically speaking, these two were tests. All of these are test candles right now, right? The only difference is that one green candle, this one here, closed above the previous ones as well. So this is telling me that this is really a confirmation that we're going to go up. So, and this is all in the 30-minute time frame. I'm not going to the 4-hour, I'm not going to the daily, I'm not going to go to the 15-minute. Like, what do I see here? It's super simple, right? It's a double bottom, right? If this was a pair I'm looking at, this is the entry we're taking. Look. Right? Where's the neckline of the double bottom? It's right here. Right? This green candle, just look how easy this is, right? All these candles had bottom wicks. All of them had bottom wicks. So then what happened? Boom. We had a green engulfing candle that moved to the top side. Did this one break? No. The next green candle broke above, closed above with no bottom wick. Right? So what am I looking for? I'm looking for price to push down, create this bottom wick. Right? That would have been the entry. We would have been in drawdown a few pips. We would have been in drawdown 23 pips. Right? But that's fine. Because as soon as we get, because we're also looking for a retest. If we go down to a lower time frame, this is what I'm saying as well. In the lower time frame, let's box this in. If we go down to a lower time frame, what do we see? We see high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high. This is the break of the neckline here. So we're looking for a retest of this zone here in a lower time frame. Now if we go down to a lower time frame, you notice how that looks. What does it look like? Right, we had a low, lower high, lower low, boom, higher high, higher low. This is a double bottom. So the double bottom that you see here, like this, right, is the same double bottom in the 5-minute. There's just more candles. There's more candles, there's more movements, there's more stuff. So technically speaking, you know, if you want to start going into the 30 and making trading a lot more difficult than it has to be, you know, then you'll just switch over to the 5-minute. You'll start looking for a retest here. That's exactly what we had, for it to then continue to go up. But if you want to just have trading, just keep it simple, right? Just keep it simple. What are you looking for? You're looking for the break of the neckline. Check. Did it give you the break? Yes. That green candle, did it have a bottom wick? No. What are we looking for before we look for an entry? We're looking for price to push down, cover that gap, because that's a gap in the market, and that could be the entry for you to continue to go up. Where your stop loss would be should be below the previous break, right? The previous lower high. So you have a lot of space to play with here. You have a lot of room, and then boom, that's it. That's your entry. So then you continue to build on. Like, you have this neckline, that's a BOS. You have this one's too close, so I wouldn't say. This one is too close, so I wouldn't say. But you have another BOS here. You have another BOS here, which is also the BOS of the high of the day, of yesterday. So it's different. You know, you just want to keep looking at different things. So that's pretty much it, right? We look at S&P. S&P has a small wick here with this red candle. We have 20 minutes left for the break, so let's see what it gives us. But now for US 30, right now US 30 is the one that I'm a little bit more intrigued in, right? This is the entry that we got for this one. Remember what I say about this one? It was we're looking for what? We're looking for the candle to make a wick on this red here. This is the entry right here, this green line, 35433. Stop loss is super close, right? Ideally, we'd want to use the previous high, which is this one, right? We had lower low, lower high, boom, lower low. What are we looking for? The break of that lower high. So we have a 9 pip stop loss right now. And then our target is, look at it, 3. Where's my phone? It's charging up here. 315. It's 211 is our TP for the day for US 30. So $35,231. $35,231. This is our entry for the day. At this point, I already have this is entry number 2 for the day. At this point, I already have stop loss at break even. Again, we have news at 2 p.m. so I'm not really expecting crazy moves to happen during the NYC Open. It could happen, but I'm looking to hit TP before, you know, like 9:45, 10 p.m., 10 a.m. I'm looking to hit TP. If it doesn't go down by that time, I'm not waiting for 2 p.m. I'm getting out of the trade. Because again, it just looks way too perfect. I'm super paranoid when it comes to trading at this point. Why? Because I understand market makers, man. They gotta make their money. Right? What do we have here? We have a shoulder, head, shoulder. Right? This is what we have. Did price break below the shoulder pattern? It did. It went below, broke, gave us a little retest, and this is where we're at now. Right? To continue going down. This is literally a picture perfect trade. Because we're getting a shoulder head shoulder in a peak high territory. Is not in the middle of the trend, is not in a middle consolidation. It's at the highest point in the market right now. That shoulder head shoulder pattern. So again, all of this makes sense. Like there's nothing here that doesn't make sense. Now again, to go into back to what you were saying earlier, yeah, we have, you know, this previous support zone, right? That price could simply just use as a retest, right? This could all just be a retest of the zone, right? Could be a retest to continue going up, right? There's no doubt about that. But this is why we're just trading between the zone. Like, what do we know? We know for sure that we have to break. So that's all we're waiting for. We have a 15 minute 30 minute BOS, 30 minute change of character. We're looking for that pullback. Gave us the pullback. Now we're looking for price to go down. Yeah, up here. I called that out before. I think you were still out, but yeah. The entry was up here, which was the retest of the candle with no top wick here. So now price is pushing down to the other candle with no bottom wick here. So this is going to be a key zone. Is price going to continue to go down? Is it going to stop here? That's the next thing to keep an eye on. Alright, I'm back, my bad. Shisha must be a quick entry. Yeah, literally it was super quick. It happened literally just. It went up for a few seconds, right? It was just this last previous green candle. It went up, tapped the zone, and then went right back. And it was just. At this point, this was the candle that was just chilling here. It was chilling here for like what 15 minutes until this next candle opened. It didn't want to go right back up because the other entry I was looking for was the one into the 0.5 fib, and if you notice, it missed it by like 2 pips, right? It missed it by 4 pips. So the fact that it didn't go up, now here's the other problem that I have with this, right? The fact that it didn't give us that 0.5 move, it could still go up and give us that fib entry. So again, I'm not really fond of this entry. I'm not fond of this pair right now. I'm really not. Again, with that 2 p.m. news, I'm 100% sure. I'm not gonna say 100% sure. With that news coming in now at 2 p.m., right? I'm 45% sure that all of this that's going on right now, this shoulder head shoulder, this BOS, everything that's going on right now is a trap, right? It's just, again, I don't like trading indexes for this reason. I haven't felt comfortable taking an index trade this entire year. I don't think I have. I think this might be my first trade actually trading an index this year. And I just don't like it, bro. Like, I'm really not. Cause again, what are we looking for in a shoulder head shoulder pattern? Is just we're looking for the break of the lows. Shoulder head, right? Shoulder. Right? Let's say like whatever, these are the candlesticks. We're looking for the break below. Right? Price went below. It did break below. Technically speaking, it did. Right? But it is not such a significant push back down to the bottom for me. This is not enough. In my opinion, the way I've seen how US 30 and all these indexes move, this is just not enough for me. And it was like I was saying, like, yeah, we have clean traffic all the way down here, right? Which is good when it comes to when price wants to drive down. But again, the market is gonna do stuff that is gonna throw you off. That's what it's meant to do. So to use the rules that we want to keep, right? The number one thing was, did we make a top wick with this candle that didn't give us a top wick? Yes. Cool. But the only thing that the market didn't give us, which would have been 100% easier if it would have given us that move, is if price would have went back up to that 0.5. So if that entry that we got, if it would have given us not only this top wick here, but if it would have pushed 4 more pips into the zone, right, this entry would have been 100%. It would have been 100% guaranteed that we're gonna go down, right? But the fact that we didn't do this move here is leaving us room to continue to go up before we go down again. So we could see something like this happening today. I should probably do it with another color because it kind of blends in. Right? And what does this look like? Right? It looks like a triple top. Alright, we have push 1, we have push 2 here, and then we'll have push 3 here. Right? For it to then continue to go down, retest, and continue. Right? And this is something that could happen before 2 p.m. This could be the move that we see at 9:30 until 12. I got the thing finally. Not the mail. Yeah. So that's all we're looking for. So the fact that we could see that happening, we already got this entry. We moved our stop loss to break even. And if it gives us that second entry, we'll take it. What's your lot size on? It's a dollar lot size. $1. And then now we compare S&P. S&P still hasn't given us that break below. So that's another confirmation as to why I'm not really 100% on this. And then if we go to NAS, same situation. Right, and then not only that, NAS doesn't have a top wick here. So still expecting price to push up. So this could be a super early entry for US 30, but regardless, we'll hold it. We'll see what it does. Yep. Can you calculate pips on US 30 for me? It shows crazy numbers for me. Yeah, what do you mean? Like how do you want me to calculate it for you? Like for example, on TradingView is a little bit, oh, I think I got it on TradingView. Let me see. So like for example, TradingView, just from the high of the day to the day, like we've done 93 pips already, 94 pips. So you would just calculate it, like whatever your loss size is times with info line. Talking about this one. Or is there another line here? In pips it shows in thousands. You might have to change something maybe. Let me see. No. It could be the server you're on as well, cause that's what I'm used to. So for example, like on TradingView, it shows it in like micro pips, so it'd be like 93, right? But on my MT4 it shows it in thousands. So it's the same thing. You're just looking at you're just looking at the first two numbers when you're looking at the thousands. So for example, I'm pretty sure what you have is, let's see if I could grab the line here. What it shows you from the high of the day to the low of the day, instead of showing 93, it shows 9300. You're just looking at the first two numbers. So 93 would be how many pips it is. Yeah, that's it. It just depends on the server that you're on. Is usually, I mean, US 30 is that big of a pair, so it is technically, you know, in the thousands. Like for example, it also depends on your broker, because like for example, on my live account, trading a penny on US 30 is like trading $1. So you have to take that into consideration, or trading a penny is like trading 10 cents, something like that. So you have to take that into consideration, like what your broker is, what your leverage is, because my leverage on my live account is 1 to 500. My leverage on my funded is 1 to 50 or 1 to 100. So on my live account, you know, I'm trading with 5 cents. But on my trading account, on my funded account, I'm trading with $1 or higher. So like for example, it's the same thing with S&P. Like S&P, literally on my funded I have to be on like a seven to $14 uh lot size. But then on my account, I'm good with a 20, 30, 40, 40 cent lot size. Cause it just depends on it also, like I said, I don't know if it depends on the broker, or well, it has to depend on the broker, but I'm not sure if it has to depend on the leverage or something else. I'm not sure. Cause it's the same thing with gold. Like for gold on my live, I could trade it, regularly, but then when it comes to my funded, I have to trade it with the higher lot. So it's kind of confusing, but once you understand the numbers, it's just easier to calculate. It's the same thing, it's just different numbers. So we have 4 minutes. S&P is still above the zone. As you can see, US 30 is still pushing down, but again, I'm still not 100% convinced that we're gonna go down in this. I still believe we got a couple more fake moves to happen before we make the real ones. And the fact that we have two candles here with no bottom wicks, I'm pretty sure we'll make like a fake move down here and then we'll go up again. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Because again, like the only thing the market left for us available is 4 pips to the top. And knowing how US 30 and knowing how indexes move and shit, it could fake us all out. It could be a complete fake out. So we just gotta be careful when it comes to these entries right now. And we have an hour and 4 minutes. We have an hour and 3 minutes to NYC open. So we have pre-market now at 8:30, right? That's the time that it starts, which is the last 2 candles that we saw move. So bottom wick was created for that last candle. So let's see if it uses that to continue going up. And then if we look at what was the other pair we were looking at, we're looking at NZD USD. We wanted price to go up, but it went down. And gold, obviously. If you look at gold, it's still in the same spot. ZAR, we wanted to go up. ZAR is in a good spot to continue going up. Again, because if ZAR goes up, that means S&P going down. Right, and I also like looking at Bitcoin when it comes to that, because Bitcoin usually follows as well. And the fact that Bitcoin is in a zone of consolidation here, after these big moves here, that's just another reason to make sure we don't get trapped in this trade. So just got to be aware of what's going on. Alright, so we have 8:30 came in. Alright, we have a few things to look at. We have, again, US 30. We're still good right now. We're still in the middle of the zone. Right, ideally, we don't want to see a green candle push up, but we know that it could happen, right? And especially now, like, just look at what's going on in a lower time frame. So I'm actually going to close out of my trades again early today, right? And this is the reason why. So we're good for the day. We caught 120 pips overall for the entirety of the day. So I am good. I'm not chasing any more trades, right? So this is why. You see what's going on. We have a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, and right now we're in a higher low. And if you don't believe me, right, again, this is the structure we have right now. We have this is what it's gonna look like in a lower time frame. Right? Exactly what we have in a lower time frame. Right? We had the lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. You see what I'm saying? We go down to a 15-minute time frame. Okay, we're at the 5-minute. This is the 15. Low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, green engulfing candle. This is the retest. Look where price is at now. Right on that retest to continue going up. So again, am I expecting price to push down? Yeah. But am I expecting price to also push up right now? Yeah. Right? Until where? Until we get into that 0.5. So yeah, I don't have another entry. Like I said, I closed out early. I'm not gonna play with the market. I'm gonna let the market do what it has to do. I'm gonna let it move. It's gonna move. We already know the market is gonna move. But again, we go and we look at the news. What's going on? We have no news until medium impact at 10 a.m. So 30 minutes after NYC open. And then we have FOMC 2 and 2:30. So again, just be careful in these trades. Because there's two things that could happen. Either 9:30 is gonna hit, we're gonna have no volume at all, and volume is gonna kick in at 2, or is gonna make trap, false, real move, right? And what's happening right now? Trap, false, real move, right? So that TFR could happen today. There's just a lot of things to look out for, especially when news. So as long as we're just trading cautiously, we should be fine. But again, right now we secured the pips that we needed to secure. We got a good entry. I'm done looking at this until 9:30 pretty much. Now though, the next question would be, oh, where would the next entry be? Right? If it doesn't give us the entry up here and it starts breaking below the lows, that's the entry. If we break below the lows, that'll be the next entry. Break below the lows and we can start talking. Break above the highs, I'm not looking at the trade anymore. But if we break below these lows, which again I'm pretty sure will happen, I hope, right? But hope isn't a plan. There's too much going on right now, so we just gotta wait it out. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. Yo, I'm still here by the way. I'm just talking to the stream, so I'm just deafening and shit. Pet. But alright, so yeah, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. We got 24 minutes. We still have a lot of time. Like we still have until pretty much 9:30 to really see what our next move is. So I'll be right back. So yeah, there's it's pretty much nothing else for the day, man. S&P still going up. It hasn't given us that complete move yet. S&P was again a little bit different, but if we go down to a lower time frame, it's still the same thing. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Equal lows. You up? Oh. So is making equal lows, faking traders out. If you're trading in a lower time frame, this is why I don't like trading in the lower time frame. It just all works to the bottom. So if you go down to the 15, it looks a little bit better. We have a low, high, equal lows here, right? Triple bottoms. So again, nothing clear. There's nothing here that tells me we're gonna continue going down. There's nothing here that tells me we're gonna continue going up. It's just I'm following structure. And right now, what does structure do? It went from making lower lows and lower highs to higher highs and higher lows. So right now I'm not looking for another entry either until we break the low or we go into our fib zone. And if we go into our fib zone, then we have to switch time frames. Depends how fast price is moving and what time it is. We'll have to see when it gets there. And again, that's pretty much it for the day. Like there's really nothing else to look at. Gold already did the moves that I had to do, right? At this point, you know, the next thing we're looking at is either is price gonna go up to cover the gap that we have up here, or is it gonna continue to go down, right? Like what does it want to do, right? Because if we zoom out here in the 30-minute, what does this look like? Shoulder, head, shoulder. Well, what's the difference between this shoulder, head, shoulder and US 30s is this is a multi-session shoulder, head, shoulder. Number one, and number two, we never broke below the shoulder. We never broke below the lows. So this was just a retest of the previous high, right? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, for it to then continue going up. This is what it looks like to me. Putting the EMAs in place as well. 800 EMA is here. The crossings of the EMAs are also all looking up. Like there's a lot of things to look into. There's a lot, right? Compared to US 30s, all the EMAs are fanned out, right? We're in peak high territory, right? Yeah, technically, again, it looks like we already created the first zone. So technically speaking, we'd be in level 2 drop, right? But in this case, right, in this situation that we have for indexes, we went right back to peak high territory. So the fact that we're right back at peak high territory, right? Again, putting everything in perspective, right? What are we looking for in peak high territory? We're looking for price to bounce off the 50 EMA. That's where we're at right now. We're looking for the EMAs to be fanning, right? The fannings of the EMAs when they're not all together, they're all separate. Notice how here they're all together. And then it wasn't until we were getting into the peak high territory that all the EMAs started separating, right? So then not only that, we zoom in, what do we see? Again, we have a shoulder, head, shoulder. Did we break the lows of the shoulder, head, shoulder? Technically, yes, we did. So, you know, there's a lot of things telling me, hey, we're gonna go down, right? Compared to gold, where it was just a retest of the zone. Now, could this be the retest of the zone? It could be. Could be a retest of the zone. There's still no doubt about that. 35348, 353. Okay, so it's just a patient game. You know, are we gonna be patient, or are we going to just get in on a trade and say fuck it? At this point, we already got the first entry, cashed out, just waiting it out. It's a waiting game now. So we got 20 minutes left until 9 a.m. and we'll see what that next 30-minute candle does. If the next 30-minute candle breaks below, we already know 9:30. We're looking for that little before 9:30. We'll look for a retracement and then get in for it to then continue to go down. And that's it, man. That's the game of trading. Some days you have really good days. Some days you don't have any trades. Some days you think you have a trade and you lose. It's just, again, keeping risk management, keeping that to the best as you can, and that's it. There's nothing more to it. Learning price action is a big thing too. I love you. I really am blind. I don't see you. S&P and US 30, yeah. Yeah. Huh? Hell no. That what? All right, I'm back. So at this point, I'm not looking for an entry anymore. Why? Because, you know, this is where trading goes on both sides, right? This is where trading kind of gets, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's, what we were talking about pretty much all week last week. Are you here, by the way? I kind of don't want to talk by myself. I mean, I'm still gonna say it because it's good for the people who watch back. But this is pretty much what we were talking about last week, where it's one of those things in trading where hindsight is a bitch, right? And the reason I say that is because, you know, before we had this break, what the next thing we were looking for was, okay, is price gonna continue to go down, or is price gonna give us a pullback first, right? And the fact that we broke below first is already telling me, like, okay, the entry that we were looking for up here, which was that point 0.5 Fibonacci retracement, is no longer valid for me, right? So the entry that we did have that was valid, that, in hindsight would have been the best one to just hold and just leave stop loss at break even, was the one that we caught up here, right? We could have just put our stop loss up here, fuck it. But this is part of the psychology game of trading. In a regular sorry in a regular day, we would have 100% would have kept this trade open on a regular day with no news coming up, right? We would have kept this trade open because in the back of my mind, we wouldn't have the thought of, oh, we have news coming up, price could simply just accelerate back up to the top, right? On a regular day, this is how I would expect price to move, right? So just because it was like news day, right? And another thing that a lot of people, to touch back up on the entry and the exit, like a lot of people have, they'll question like, oh, I'm having an issue with closing my trades, or I'm having an issue with where I'm in profit and then I let price go back up, right? So this is just one of those situations where, bro, like we're already up, right? Let's look at the pips. Like we're already up 75 pips, right? Like, am I gonna be greedy and pray and hope that I'm gonna get more, that I'm gonna get ADR, right? At the time where we know price is gonna move, where the market is gonna move price anywhere in, less than 30 minutes? That's the question, right? So at this point, we did the most secure thing, which is, hey, secure our profits, right? Don't let the market take back what we won, right? Like, again, just think about it like if you're working, because you are working, right? You wake up at 5:30, 6 in the morning, and in less than an hour and a half, you made $300, right? Just to put a random number, right? Are you just gonna be like, fuck it, I'm gonna take this money and secure my wins? Or are you gonna say, fuck it, let me take a 50% chance of for it to break even, so you're only gonna be profiting fucking 5 pips compared to the 70 that you were in? Or are you just gonna secure your 70 and wait for the next opportunity to enter again and then capture another 30, 40 pips? Right? That's the goal. So now you're telling me, like, okay, if that's the goal, where would your next entry be? Right? The next entry would just be at the break, right? And a BOS and a retest, right? So technically speaking, we could have taken this entry. But again, on a regular morning when there's no FOMC news, there's no CPI news, there's no PPI news, there's no high impact zone, or there's no high impact news, we would have taken this entry. We would have 100% taken this entry right here, and we'd be in profit. But because we have news, or because we have news coming in an hour at 10 in the morning, and we have news at 2 p.m., which is FOMC, I'm not gonna mess with this. And we have NYC open obviously at 9:30. Like I'm not gonna put myself in a position again where I'm gonna put myself in a trap move. Right? Again, in hindsight we're gonna go back to this and we're gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have held the trade. Right? But it's all about what's the information that we have now. What information do we have right now at this moment? The information that I have is very limited. Because again, let's not forget, because that's another thing, as traders we tend to forget what the bigger picture is, right? This is a very, very big zone. So let's just break this down to what we're looking at right now, right? Or retest of the zone, right? And notice right? We're there right now. The zone it current in is not at all comfortable. It's not. It's really not. Like it's not something where we could sit here and be like we're 100% confident that it's gonna continue to go down, especially with the news, right? Because again, what you were saying, right? We had this previous higher high, higher low, higher high. So technically, this is gonna be the retest if it wants to continue to go up, which it can, right? But at this point, remember how I was saying earlier, like there's like a 45% chance probability of this gonna continue to go up. At this point, in my opinion, how I'm seeing it and everything that's left on the table for us, that went back down. That went down to a 15-20% chance of price really going back up. So beginner traders will tell you now like, oh, I should have held, I should have held, I should have done this, I should like, but no, they're every step of the way, every single time we entered the trade, every single time we put a BOS, every single time we exited out of a trade, there is a reason as to why, and there's a reason as to why not, right? So as long as, and again, you have your trading journal. As long as you're following your trading journal, that's all that matters. Especially when you're trading US 30, S&P gold. Like the amount of money I made with this pair and the other entry that we got earlier, it's already enough. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's the same as if I was trading a regular Forex currency pair. So that's another reason, like the psychology behind it. Like I don't need to cash out on $5,000, $7,000 on US 30. If I could cash out with a regular trading day at 100 pips, I don't care. That's it. Like 100 pips is good for me. I'm good with 100 pips. I'm good with that, trust me. Cuz again, these are small wins. I just put it in perspective, right? But small wins at the end of the month, they add up. That's an extra 300, 400, 500 bucks that you have that you wouldn't have had regardless if you wouldn't have taken the trade, right? So, and it was a risky trade, exactly. Like the only risky part of it, quote unquote, is this zone here. That's it. And at this point, again, our TP's down here, so we missed out on half of what Let's look at it in perspective again. Just think about it in perspective. We cashed out at 76 pips, but we missed out on 72, right? Or yeah, 72, somewhere here, right? So what's what I mean? Like use the psychology of it. Like we secured 72 pips. All right, cool. We secured 72 pips. That's it. It's not about, or what did we miss now? We missed fucking 5,000. That's like saying, oh, I'm going back to this day and I cashed out up here. That's like me saying, fuck, I should have held it. I would have gotten 450 pips. It's stupid. It's a stupid mindset to have as a trader. It doesn't make sense. So it's all good. We know this is a shoulder head shoulder. We caught the small move for the day. We caught 76 pips. Right? Alright, cool. If it continues to go down, it just sets us up for tomorrow. It sets us up for the rest of the week. So is it really a missed opportunity? Is it a missed trade? No, not at all. Like, not even close. If anything, we caught what we knew we were able to catch. Right? We knew exactly what it was that we needed to catch. Now, did the market give us more or less? No, that's a different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. Right? Going back to what we were saying about gold. Right? This never broke the high, so we knew that shit was gonna push back down. And it's just a retest. It's just a little pullback that it's gonna give us. Alright, same with ZAR. The fact that ZAR, just look at ZAR. The fact that ZAR right now created a double top and now it's giving us red candles here. If ZAR ends up breaking this low, you'll see US 30, S&P, and NOS go all the way down. Or go all the way up, my bad. It'll go opposite of what it's doing. Right, this is ZAR. If it goes down, that means US 30, S&P are gonna go up. So you gotta be a little bit more not more aware, but we have to be a little bit more cautious of what's going on in the market. But it's all good, man. Like it's not, you know what I mean? That was the entry. Like I said, the 100% entry was the one up here. That was great. Everything else after this is done for. It's done. Like there's no other opportunity here for us, if that makes any sense. And I hope that makes sense, because to me that makes really good sense. It makes perfect sense. And that's all part of the game. Like I said, today we caught on my live account, we took, remember I said it, we took AU yesterday, last night, which was the AUD news, and then we took S&P US 30 this morning on a total of 120 pips. On my funded account, same thing. I didn't take AU last night, but I took US 30 this morning. 120 pips, and that's it. I don't need more than that. Because on a regular day, if we weren't looking at, if we weren't looking at indexes, um, catching 120 pips on a regular Forex pair, that's pretty much, like, that's trading GJ, to give you the example, right? 120 pips on GJ, right? ADR for GJ is 167, right? ADR is 167, but STP, like what our TP would be, is 111. So think about it. On a regular trading day, if we're trading GJ, 111 is our TP. This didn't even do STP yet. It's only done, or actually I'm fucking stupid. 111, yeah, it hasn't done STP yet. It missed it by a little bit, right? But if we're looking at the entry would have been somewhere here, would have been at the retest, so it would have been here, right? Literally right on that retest. That would have been 100% entry, and it would have been 72 pips. So the move that we just caught on US 30, that, like, the 30 minutes, 45 minutes that we were in that trade, right? On US 30, GJ would have taken us all night, from 3 in the morning until 5:30. So for 2 hours we would have got 72 pips here. But US 30, we did that in less than 2 hours. We did that in like 45 minutes. So again, it's not a missed opportunity, it's not a missed trade. We caught what we knew we needed to catch. Now everything it does after this is gonna set us up for tomorrow, and that's the opportunity that we're looking for. That's the opportunity we're chasing. So that's pretty much it, bro. I'm not trading anymore for the day. I'm done trading. I did what I needed to do. I caught the pips that I needed to catch. We'll be back. I'll be back tonight. I had a super crazy headache last night, so I didn't even mark my charts. Like, if I open up, like, you'll see I have nothing marked here for yesterday and today. Nothing on my MT4. I had a crazy headache last night, so I was in bed by like 6 p.m. and I woke up like at 10 p.m., 10:30, and I still had a headache. Drank water, popped under the Tylenol, and then went back to bed. Woke up at like 2 in the morning, still had a headache. It was crazy. Like, I had a horrible night last night, but thankfully I'm good now. My head doesn't hurt anymore. So, but we'll be back tonight for Asia session. We'll catch up, and then I know it's late for you already at that point. It'd be early in the morning, it'd be like 4, 2, 3 in the morning for you. So, I'll be on during NYC as well. So, I'll go over the news. Actually, let's see. Let's look at the news real quick before. Again, we have news at 2:30, and then tonight we don't have anything until tomorrow morning. So tomorrow's gonna be a really good NYC day. We have news at 8:15, 8:30, 8:45. That's pretty much it. 10 o'clock we have medium impact for USD, medium impact, right? So tomorrow should be a relatively easy day for us to trade, and then Friday looks pretty good as well. We have 8:30 news, and that's pretty much it. So it's pretty much it, man. If you don't have anything else you want to look at, I know today's a little bit of today was actually one of the first days we got to trade, so it wasn't too bad of a day. Likewise, man. Have a great day. If you don't have any other pairs you want to look at, just let me know, and we'll turn this off. We'll be back tomorrow morning. Gotta change this as well. We're 8-0 technically. Wins and losses. That's crazy. We're 8-0. Nope, done for today. Alright, bet. Alright, man. Take care.